Really? We're already live. Dear
Recording.
Lord, and this is the city of Solstice. I thought somebody smelled funny. Uh, Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever the sun finds you. My name is Walt. Today I am joined by Mr. Chuck Rice and the babies with knives to do a playtest for Chuck's City of Solstice Kickstarter. How is everyone today?
I'm fantastic.
Doing wonderful.
Awesome.
Chuck, I think I saw your mustache move when you said that. So, to recap, when we last left our decrepit heroes, um, we started the adventure in a bar because you have to. Or rather, we started down at the docks, investigating what looked like an errant animal uh, rampaging through a building. As the investigation continued, there was a tussle as we found there was a large, was it a brown bear or a black bear? It was brown bear, right?
It was a brown bear, yes.
Brown bear. There were many, many bear puns that flew fast and furious from
There
the
were
various.
barely any.
No, I could barely stand it. Chuck put out a contract hit on us that the price kept getting higher with every single pair pun.
That broke our recording.
Yeah, that broke our recording. The character I was playing, the Kung Fu monk, took a run at messing up the bear. The bear did a KFBS, which is affectionately known as a Kung Fu bitch slap to him, messing him up a little bit. My compatriots slung arrows and worked weapons in order to back the bear up, and then we tossed him down a flight of stairs and then out into the street. The altercation kind of gave us the inkling that what's the name of that society? The one with the animals, Chuck?
The Menagerie.
The Menagerie. A ruthless group that trains animals of all types to commit all sorts of crimes. We kind of got the feeling that they might be involved. We searched out some contacts at the local watering hole, as one does. Finally, making our way back into one of the rougher neighborhoods to stop a fight, an animal fight that the Menagerie had set up in hopes that we could get some ground in our investigation. And then we were just about to go back to a warehouse, yes?
Well, so you remember you had saved the reporter, and she told you where the warehouse was.
And we agreed to take her with us as she got an exclusive scoop in return for her information.
Correct.
That's fantastic. I just love that in the medieval town of City of Solstice, where everything is dark and dreary, we can still say words like scoop. So we're on our way to the warehouse now, yes?
That is correct.
Fantastic. Let's head off to the warehouse then.
Moving with a purpose.
Why don't we go ahead and do a quick intro on the different characters that we've got here?
Sounds like a great idea, Brandon. Why don't you start us off?
I am Atarl. I am a half-elven noble magic user. Magic is illegal in the city, and so I keep my magic-using capabilities on the down low. As a noble, I have kind of like a lieutenant-type guy that's a first-level fighter. We have called him Yogi because there was a bear, and we decided that was a great idea. And then I've got some other, just kind of hench people and such that help out. And so that's me at the moment. Alice, what about you?
I'm playing a gnomish fighter thief multi-class. For Norma, and my character's name is Norma Shinkara Fexandra Mendarin, and people call me Norma. This, by the way, for people who don't know, City of Solstice is a first edition D&D Ostric throwback game, so yeah. I am using a short sword and a sap, because in the City of Solstice, I'm restricted to smaller weapons. That's good. Walt, what about you?
Is it because we're in the city of Solstice that you're using shorter weapons, or because your character is shorter that you're using shorter weapons?
It is because we're in the city of Solstice, so I can't use longswords and whatnot. Because even as the city watchman that we are.
I however, can because I'm nobility.
That helps. Probably. Yep. I have a parking ticket. Can you handle that?
I might be able to help us with that.
Damn 1%ers.
Right? Freaking, I mean, I was just there for a second. I didn't know it was a loading zone. I should have moved that horse before anything got weird. So, what's that?
I was just going to say, so what it means is Brandon, as the rich person, has the right to use an AR-15, but the cops can only use a small little handgun.
Damn it!
Chuck, if you want to give me an AR-15, I will use it responsibly.
Said no one ever. I was in the military, trust me. You know how many times you have to sit there and yell, hey, get your finger off that trigger.
Well, what about your character?
My character is Corvin Kai del Noguera.
The bear wrestler.
The bear wrestler.
That is his earned title.
Who is a martial artist. The martial artist is one of the many awesome character classes that you might find in the city of Solstice. The martial artist has a wide range of abilities that allow him to be an up-close annoyance to those who might try and hurt us. And hopefully, Mr. Noguera's abilities will come into play today. Hopefully, no more bears, though, because I'm down, I think, 4 hit points, so I don't I don't want to go too hard and heavy right now.
And unfortunately, we don't have a cleric, so you're not getting healed.
No.
I gave you guys poultices, though, right?
Nope.
Or did I forget to do that?
You did not. All I have is 2 pairs of manacles on my inventory. I have my weapons and 2 pairs of manacles.
I have 2 pairs of manacles, and then the weaponry.
But we did have medics from the City Watch after the bear incident who came and kind of like cordoned off the scene and blah blah blah, and hopefully they like bound my wounds because getting the KFBS through bear claw is a little bit of an issue.
Okay, so they were supposed to give you guys poultices. Obviously, one of you distracted me because it's not my fault. I know that.
Right.
Blame it on the bear puns.
Yep.
Chuck? Yeah, I was just gonna say you didn't really forget. You just decided to punish us for the bear puns.
Right. And I just figured, seeing as he was a monk, he would try and withhold the pain as a way to gain further insight into our situation, and he would just have to bear it.
Okay, so each of you have 2 poultices. Now, a poultice, you can either apply it immediately. These are mystic items, by the way. Mystics are alchemists. Among other things. They're also astrologers.
See, I was really close when we did our character creation to make the mystic, but I want to do a bard mystic, but mystics can't use axes, so that killed it for me.
I actually wanted to do a mystic or something else from your book, but the stats that I kept rolling and the stats that you rolled for me, since you're like, you can't roll stats long. You suck at them. None of them, I didn't qualify for most of the things.
Okay, so you can do 2 things with a poultice. You can either apply it and take healing immediately, or you can apply it when you rest for the night, and it's going to heal you more. So each of you have 2 of those.
I'm going to use one and try and get some love and healing done.
Okay, so it's going to heal you 1d6 points of damage. Walt, roll some dice.
Now, when you say each one of us gets 2 of them, does that mean Yogi's got 2 and every one of my other little followers has 2 as well, or?
No.
Only us named people.
Yeah.
We're celebrities.
Only the people who count.
Rolling the dice. 4.
Well, that's pretty convenient, given that you took 4 points of damage.
Right? I love when that happens.
I know, it's lucky he got his loaded die that only rolls 4s.
No, just took it out of the brand new package. Just took it out just now.
It's not loaded. It's just that
Awesome.
every face on the die is 4.
He just unloaded it, guys. He just unloaded
Yeah, I just
it.
uploaded it. What?
It was a loading zone.
I know, right?
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Load, unload, what does it matter?
All right, so I put my combat band-aid on, secure my everything, all my belongings and stuff like that, and start moving smartly toward the warehouse.
And I will head towards the warehouse as well.
Okay, so
What was the lady's name again? The reporter?
Ida Buckler.
Oh, that's right, because Papa Buckler we met in the bar.
Mhm.
Correct. He told you his daughter was rousing rabble. That's how you found her.
Yep.
Well, and Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Oh my God! So we're moving to the warehouse. Does she have any information in regards to some of her investigations into the menagerie?
She told you, I believe, that she thought it was about the building. Did she not?
Yes, she did
Did
mention
you
that.
forget that? Yeah.
That 1 week ago was so long ago, and
Yeah.
some of us have been bludgeoned by bears.
That's true. It feels like it was the late 70s.
You have to bear with us here for a little bit.
He's gonna hit us with a slam hammer.
I'm making sure OBS doesn't break this time. I'm watching that counter.
So as you approach the warehouse, you hear a whistle from behind you, and
Is it
The-
breaking the sound barrier?
the whistle. I don't even know what that means with regards to a whistle. All right.
I think we just broke Brandon's screen.
Sound.
Sound barrier, get it? Never mind.
Oh, okay.
No,
No, I
bear
didn't.
in mind, if we keep this up, he's going to kill our character.
Okay.
Shut the door.
So
guys.
you hear the whistle, and the doors to the warehouse fly open. It's got a couple of big doors so that you can pull a wagon into it,
Okay.
and you are surprised by the fact, by which I mean this thing's going to get a free round, that there is a giant lizard barreling toward you.
Okay. What kind of lizard?
Yeah, now when you say lizard, this is kind of like a big assortment in the lizard kingdom.
Right?
Brandon's frozen. Did
Yep. He broke because, my sound barrier joke broke him. He'll
Sound
come back when
barrier.
it's fixed. Yes, exactly.
what kind of
This is like a big swallow you whole iguana looking thing,
Ooh.
except it's about the size of a horse.
Damn.
Mm. Okay, horsey. Let's go at it.
All right, so you said we're surprised, so it's getting a free taste.
Correct. So, Alice.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's annoying.
I'm in trouble.
You were very lucky. The lizard did not successfully bite you.
Well, cool. I am short and nimble.
Yeah. It was hoping to swallow you whole. Thought you looked tasty.
I do look tasty. I'm a gnome.
And as I remember, the lizard was the winner in the fight last night. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, at the park.
So it's a lizard that has dined on dog, as have the ruffians in the park.
Awesome.
All right, so let's.
Sounds like we need
So
to roll
I
some
need-
initiative.
Someone to roll a d6 for initiative. Yes.
Sure, that was a 3.
Okay. Does anyone have a 16 dex?
Not me.
Not I, said the
No.
little red hen.
No, I
All right.
have 15.
So you are simultaneous with the lizard. Basically, what that means is, no matter what happens, everyone's going to get to go. So, for example, if the lizard were to eat one of you and kill you, you're still going to get to take a swipe at it on the round that you die.
Cool.
I bet that makes everyone
Yep.
feel better about their
It
situation.
all makes this feel great. So, I know that as I'm going down the hatch, I get to slice along his rooftop. The rooftop.
Correct. So everybody
yeah.
give me attack rolls. I'll let you guys go first because I'm nice.
Sure. Hey, I rolled a 16 on my die. That actually might hit something. I hit an AC 4.
That is a hit.
Woohoo! I come in and I slash under its belly with a 4 points of damage. It's a medium, right? Not a large, right? I heard horse, so. I guess
It is a large size
yeah,
creature,
I
so
just
you're going to
realized
get
if
through
it's a horse, it's
All right.
large. Oh, I rolled 7 instead. So I got 11 points of damage. Or, sorry, 10 points of damage. 10.
All right.
I come
By
in
the
and I
way,
slash into its chest.
How is Norma able to get off her sneak attack? I know in first and second edition it was much harder than later editions to get those off.
Okay, so to get a sneak attack, you have to generate surprise.
Yeah, we
So-
did not generate surprise this round.
By
That's
all
correct.
means.
You were surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
As we opened the door and a big lizard came at us.
Oh, that's where the lizard's from?
Yep, we opened the big warehouse door and the lizard charged out and we're like, ah! And it tried to eat me.
Alright, is there a strike to 8 kind of thing in this game?
I don't know what that is.
To give somebody a bonus on their attack by sacrificing your own potential to do damage.
No.
Okay. Well, then Yogi and I are both going to go ahead and just strike out at it.
Now,
So-
keep in mind this thing is large, so like if you're using a sword, it's probably going to take more damage.
Yep. And I have a long sword. I don't really know what Yogi has got. So I've got a big miss. And Yogi's got a 20.
Did I not give... I know I gave Yogi armor. Did I not give him...
I don't have a character sheet for Yogi.
Okay, yeah, but Yogi is on your character sheet.
AC 4, hit points 8, D6 short sword.
Okay,
Oh,
there
that's
you
the
go.
retinue.
Yeah, so he's going to do a
fighting,
D8 against this thing.
Okay.
And
Since he rolled a 20, is there any effect on that?
yeah, you're going to inflict max damage on a 20.
Okay. So that's 8 points of damage as Yogi steps up to it, and he's like, "Die, beast!" Ah!
And did you also hit, Brendan?
I missed.
Oh, okay. What about you, Walt?
Walt, you're muted.
Sorry. Yep, I was muted. Fighting my way through screens. I am going to roll.
Walt is in an intermittent silence 15-foot radius.
Well, that because my cat's a jerk. I'm going to roll. Is there cover like cargo boxes, crates, barrels, things I can get behind?
If you're going to go deeper into the warehouse, this thing ran out into the street.
Well, that's what I mean. Is there stuff in the street, carriages, garbage cans, anything like that? I know there's no garbage cans, but
Yeah, we'll say there's some crates by the door. That
All right.
seems reasonable.
I have a short bow, and I think I am not going to kung fu an animal this time. I'll save my kung fu for people, and I will level an arrow. I can get 2 of these off a round, right?
Correct.
I'll go twice. A 16, 16, and a 7.
So the 16 is going to be a hit.
I love when the 16 hits.
We should definitely love it more than when it doesn't.
Right, because that's 7, no bueno.
That's what I rolled on my D20.
A 7?
Luckily, I've got Yogi. Yep.
All right, let's do it. Damage, short bow 1d6.
Correct.
A 2.
All right.
So where does it hit?
I'm sorry.
Where does it hit?
Oh, who does it hit?
No, I know
Where?
who it hits.
That was a glancing blow off its back.
Damn alligators. All right, so what is the reporter doing? Is she reporting?
Yeah, she's definitely not attacking a lizard the size of a horse. I don't know specifically what she is doing, but I can tell you what she's not doing, which is getting in the middle of this nonsense.
She's hiding behind the gnome, curled up.
Excellent.
All right.
Quick question before we go into the next round. I know you still have your lizard to go, but I just realized I do have a strength modifier to my 2 hit. Was that calculated into the chart that you listed in there for me, or do I need to be adding it manually?
Yeah, you're gonna add that to your die roll.
Okay, cool.
I could have, I suppose, subtracted it from the chart, but
I didn't know, so I'll be I'll make sure I'll start adding it to my dice.
Okay. So the creature is attacking the gnome again.
Damn it.
They're delicious.
And
well, you know, you are what you eat, and the gnome's been eating a lot all mod.
So, Alice,
yes,
you have been hit for 3 points of damage.
Ow!
The lizard has bitten you.
Okay. That hurt.
And then it falls over. It is bleeding out. It only got to go because of the whole simultaneous initiative.
So as I was stabbing it, it reared its head around and bit me, and it took all the damage, and I gutted it open along with all the arrows and all that stuff. Awesome. Ow!
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe we should apply a poultice, or wait till.
I'm okay. I can keep going. It's just a flesh wound. Wow. His teeth were as big as my hand. I rip a piece of my clothes off and I, bandage it up. Bandage my shoulder up. It's just a flesh wound. I can keep going. Let's go.
All right. And for whatever reason, I randomly did a search for giant iguana, and apparently there's a brand of mountain bike called Giant Iguana, because all I got was pictures of bicycles.
It's an iguana?
Oh my god, I must now own one.
Do you want us to switch to iguana jokes now instead of bear puns?
Oh my god, iguana bike like this. I'm looking up the bikes right now. We could be the best advertisement for them.
They would have horrible advertisement if that's the case.
So, Chuck.
For my inspiration, by the way, I should have activated one of these. I could just have one of them going as long as I'm making the condition that it's requiring, right?
That is correct.
All right.
Okay.
So, and so I do have second wind. Would that help me heal Alice?
Only if you're below 50% hit points does second wind kick in. It would though if it had kicked in.
So it kills multiple people?
I think that your arrow is going the wrong way on the character sheet you gave me then, because it's greater than 50%.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Because I was like, wait a second, this seems awesome.
So his thing heals multiple people?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I head back into the lead of the group and I start moseying on in to the warehouse.
Okay.
I will let Yogi take the front with to protect Norma, and I'll once again bring up the back with the short bow out.
Okay, so as you guys start into the warehouse, what you see is two guys. They literally are climbing out the back window.
Okay. I want to sneak up on them if I can, and if not, if they're just climbing out too fast, I'm gonna just charge one.
Where's Ragnarok when we need him?
I know, right? Go, Rag, go!
All right. So you're going to take one?
Yeah, I'm gonna charge one.
Alice, what is your move silently?
I don't think you put my move silently on here. Yeah, my move silently isn't listed, but
In special abilities on the second page.
yeah, it's not listed. So
Oh, I'm sorry. Move quietly is what it's called in Osric.
yeah, it's still not listed in my.
I'm looking right at it. You have a 20% chance.
Oh, where is it? Haha.
Second page, special abilities class.
Yeah, my special abilities page that you gave me is completely blank.
We don't judge.
Well, that's
I blame the
But
Star
let me roll my
Society.
20%. If you don't mind sending me a new one, then please, because mine is completely blank.
that's really weird because I'm looking right at it. I already rolled for you.
Okay.
However, you don't.
That's fine.
What I would like you to do, however, wait, hold on. Okay, so you're trying to come up behind one of them and do what?
Oh,
Do you want to grab him? Do you want to hit him with your sap?
I
Do
was
you
gonna
want
sap him.
All right. So you're making an attack roll at +4 to hit, plus your
Awesome.
strength.
Yep. Ooh, that's an 18 on the die, so that is a 23 to hit, which puts me at an AC -8.
This guy does not have a -8 armor class, so that's
Dear
a
Lord.
Okay.
hit. Yeah, this guy is not secretly Asmodeus.
6 points of damage on the sap.
Okay,
3 plus
he is deeply unconscious.
Okay.
The other guy jumps down out of the window. He kind of looks up in surprise, and then he turns around and he's running.
Okie dokie.
Can I convince him otherwise with an arrow?
Yeah. Are you firing to hit him, or are you like attempting to fire near him? What are you doing?
If I want to team up with Ataro, I can fire to dissuade him from running, and then if he continues running, Ataro can send something that'll take him down.
All right. Give me a D20 roll, Walt.
Da-da-da-da-da. Amazing. A 12.
Okay.
And Chuck, you're right. I just opened the email again, and without downloading it, the second page is not blank. When I download it, it blanks the second page entirely. So I'll just keep it in the email.
That
Damn
is,
gnomes corrupting technology.
Yeah, incredibly weird. Okay.
Pew pew.
Okay, so the arrow lands near the guy. You dispatched his giant lizard very quickly and then knocked out his buddy. He stops and puts his hands up.
Oh,
Love
we
when
didn't
that
get to make
happens.
an arrow to the knee joke.
Yes, Skyrim. All right. Let's. How far of a drop is it from the window?
It's about 7-8 feet. You're not going to take any damage.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Hop down.
Yep, drop down.
Recover. Keep him covered with an arrow, and then let's approach and question.
I'm gonna manacle him.
Did we manacle the other guy?
I'll use my manacles on the other guy.
All right. So let's move.
Okay. Now I'm out of manacles. Using it on these two guys, mine are out.
All right. So let's roll this guy up.
All
I'm
right.
gonna stand there menacingly with my sap in my hand and just bang my sap against my palm after what he saw me just do to his friend.
And how tall are you again?
I'm a whole 3'4", thank you very much.
That's very menacing.
I know, right?
Although you're kind of like an attack midget that just messed up another dude. So,
Coming
walk up to the guy and but keeping a distance so that way I can engage the bow if I need to. Good evening. We were wondering if we could ask you a few questions. Like, for example, where do you get your lizard? How are you playing with your lizard? And why did you put your lizard on us?
You guys are going to regret this when the boss finds out.
At no time did I mention the boss. I am merely wanting to talk about your lizard.
And your bear. I can barely stand the weight. The suspense?
What does he say?
He looks really confused by you guys. He says, "Look, somebody hired me to do a job. I did a job. What do you want from me?"
I believe that he asked you the questions regarding what he wants already.
Who gave you the lizard?
The boss gave it to me.
And the boss has a name?
What's your charisma, Walt?
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball says. 10.
I am with Walt trying, prompting him to aid, to provide information. I'm at 16 on charisma.
I'm here
Okay.
being menacing, and I'm a 12 charisma. Hey,
Right,
he
I
just
forgot
saw me
about the
knock a
menacing
guy
one.
out in a very light bit of a blow. So
That is true.
Either answers
I
or
get the
start
violent
coming,
action
or
bonus.
yes, the VAB. Either the answers start coming, or we feed you to the gnome.
He says, "You guys got to protect me."
Absolutely.
Okay, fine. The boss is Mr. Go Lightly.
You know we're going to hurt you if you keep this up.
No, seriously, that's his name. His name is Mr. Go Lightly.
Is his first name Fred?
Look, I don't know. He told me to call him Mr. Go Lightly, so I call him Mr. Go Lightly.
And does he pay you for these jobs?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm not doing this for free.
So where do you meet him to get paid?
Wait, does this mean if we pay you more that you'll work for us?
If you want guilds, this is how you get guilds.
He says, "Wait, are you arresting me or offering me a job?"
Yes.
You have to pay do your time, but then afterwards maybe we'll offer you a job.
So where is this Mr. Golightly?
He has another warehouse across the Gentry Ward. I mean, especially if you guys are offering me money, I'll show you where it is. But you got to protect me. He's going to kill me when he finds out that I helped you.
I'll pull out a couple coins.
She's reaching into the pouch. I think I have $1.
Is she reaching into his pants, or maybe the guy she just knocked out?
Well, I do have some extra money since, maybe. Well, Ataro did buy me lunch earlier, so I have some extra cash. Oh, and I've got this gold coin. I show him the gold coin. I want to actually test for his reaction on that gold coin.
You're giving him a gold piece?
No, it was the.
that gold piece that I looted off an early pickpocket that was strange looking. Outside of this area looking. I want to see if he has a reaction to it.
That was the one that we found in the during the fight, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, he only seems to react to the fact that it's gold.
Okay.
He seems really excited about that.
Well, I don't think you've done enough work to earn this yet. So how about we give you a couple silver?
Prove your use to us, and we can help you with being protected. What else is in the warehouse?
Oh, are you talking about the boss's warehouse?
Yes.
He's got a lot of men there.
So we should go in there like Elliot Ness style. What's here, and why were they here? Why were they waiting? Were they just playing with their lizard?
Well, the boss said to bring the lizard here because we were gonna sick the lizard on the building next.
Why the building?
The boss said it needs to be empty.
For what?
I don't know. He didn't say. I didn't ask. I really didn't care, honestly.
So, well, I just have a question. Do you have family in this town?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. What if one of these other people, like the guy that I knocked out up there, was hired for a job to go to your family's building and to destroy that, and he didn't ask any questions? And you didn't know about it. I mean, how would you feel? Do you really want to work for a guy that keeps secrets like that? I mean, maybe he got hired to destroy your parents' building. Maybe tomorrow you'll find out that your parents are homeless.
Why are we discussing morality with a hired thug? He has already told us his belief system. His belief system is coin. He's willing to aid us in exchange for services rendered. We protect him. As long as he proves his use, I am willing to be part of that bargain. Why are we just going to bother with morality?
He actually looks somewhat abashed by what the gnome is saying to him.
Oh my god, did she make him feel guilty? That's great. Is she wagging her finger? Because I think that needs to be a thing.
Yes.
He says, I never thought of it that way.
Maybe you should.
Oh my god.
Maybe you should start thinking about it that way. So now we'll go and figure out what your boss is up to so we make sure that he's not hurting your parents or your daughter or anybody in your family. And same with a bunch of other people. Okay?
I nudge Ataro. Did this guy ever say he had a daughter? How'd she come up with this? Is she got the magic brain? I don't want to know. Okay. Grab the reporter. What do you know about this guy? Go lightly. I don't want you to go lightly. I want to know about the guy. Go lightly.
She says he has kind of a family business, I guess you could call it. He has a couple of brothers and a sister. And they're a gang.
And I take it this gang, they deal in exotic animals?
Not before now.
So the gang might be hiring people to move these exotic animals around and mess with other people, yes?
Well, what does the gang do? Because if they're trying to make buildings uninhabitable, this seems like they might be doing some sort of property racket.
Yeah, that is what it sounds like.
So what kind of business is this gang up to in the past? And where can we find them?
Well, in the past, what they've mostly been doing is other unsavory stuff, nothing like this. protection rackets, prostitution, that sort of stuff. This is new for them, as is buying weird exotic animals.
Now, is this guy? Does he take possession of the animals for the boss, or the boss gives him the animals? Start asking him as we're the warehouse that we're in right now. That's just empty, right?
You can find some trade goods in here, but for the most part, it seems to have just been a place that they got to hold a bear and a lizard. Like, there's a couple of big cages in here.
So they probably just rented the space. All right, let's go to this other warehouse. But if we're going to do that, we should probably get reinforcements.
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna question this guy,
I'm by all means wanting to get my 17 guys.
17.
The
Yep.
17 guys that are loyal to you, because
Mm-hmm.
this town seems to have some corrupted people, so having you around is good.
Okay, so rather than report to Sergeant Fox, you guys are
We're
Well,
taking
first of all,
initiative.
yeah. I'm saying right. So what are you doing with the unconscious guy? Are you going to leave him here? Are you going to drop him off on the way?
let's see what he has to say. Let's wake him up. Because I'm not carrying him. I mean, we could have put him on the back of the lizard at one point, but now that's not going to happen. Can we wait?
Okay.
Can we get him up?
Yeah. He's not talking to you guys though. He seems to be more loyal than the other guy. The guy that the Gnomish Paladin has reformed.
Look at her and say, "Okay, you do the magic brain thing on him too."
And I stare at him with squinted eyes. I think I'm gonna have to do that later. I think I might have damaged his brain when I sacked him earlier. I have to let that heal.
This is way beyond me.
And it's not magic. Remember, magic isn't allowed in this town.
I come up with the other word. It's fine. Let's get this guy. We're gonna have to pin this guy up somewhere. Should we manacle him to a pole or a rusty steam pipe? Because that never comes back to bite anybody. Or should we drop him off? Is there a local constabulary where we can go to? Because you if you're going to have an investigation like this, you have to say words like constabulary.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have like a field office that we can go and drop by and be like, hey, we're on the investigation, but we're on the bounce. So here you go. Put this guy in a box.
By the way, there's a lot
yeah.
less stabbing at the constabulary than the name would lead you to believe.
Right. Well, I mean, it's constabulary, so it's against stabbing.
Oh, I thought it was like Spanish. It was with stabbing.
Oh, I like your version
Stabbing,
better.
okay.
Okay, todo bien aquí. I'm into it.
It was Spanglish, you know?
Let's get it done.
Yep, sounds
All right.
good.
Okay, so there is a vigilant substation.
Awesome.
Because remember, the cops in this town are called the Vigilant.
Mm-hmm.
We don't judge.
So, look, if you let me write a book, the word vigilant is going to be in it.
Noted. Everybody make sure Chuck writes lots of books so that Vigilant is in every freaking book.
So you can drop him off, and then you're going to pick up the Noble's 17 dudes.
Yep, 17
When we
dudes.
drop this guy off, we should probably... Yeah, so I'll say to Ataro, okay, so I have the bad feeling, and when the bad feeling, the bad things happen. So what we need to do is we need to put this guy in the box. But we need to keep it quiet, because if we're going to go to the warehouse, and she can do the magic brain, the funny brain, we need to keep this guy quiet so he doesn't talk to any of the cops we don't know, who then go back to the boss, the Mr.
Golightly.
Golightly. So very important. So you pay the man to keep him quiet.
Do I have very much money? I think that I'm about as poor as the rest of the group.
You're a noble.
Well,
You should be rich.
Yeah. Well, he is relatively rich, but then he bought equipment for 18 guys.
You
And
didn't
also,
do that
there's
on
the
credit?
question of liquidity versus estate.
Right. So nobles start out with an extra 200 gold, but then, as I said, he bought like 17 suits of leather armor and
A chain, shirt, and then shields for everybody.
yeah. So in fact, he probably though. Let me see.
I've got a couple silver left, and I've got that some stuff I've pickpocketed.
Brandon, you have 5 gold in pocket change.
Psh, you've got way more than I do.
Okay. I will go and talk to the guy in the cell then.
Okay, so you mean one of the guards? I'm assuming.
I thought that. Well,
yeah, we know we need to pay off the guard to keep
Oh,
him
okay.
quiet.
Sure. So we can do that by all means.
This is totally not going to come back to bite us in the ass.
So yeah. What do guards make a week?
Oh, these
What
guys
do
look
vigilant
like
make a week?
these guys look like conscripts. They're making like 5 copper
Okay.
a week.
And you're going to give him a gold piece? Holy crap.
Nope.
Oh, good plan.
I will, go ahead and let the guy know that we want to keep it quiet that this guy is here for the moment, and so don't do anything and just keep him locked up in the box. Don't tell anybody, and I will give him a silver for it.
He seems to think that's a fantastic idea.
I expected so.
He says, "I'll keep him so secret, I'll even eat his dinner."
I'm okay with this plan.
Damn. Okay, so now that we've established culinary habits for the criminals, let's make our way to go pick up the retainers and then go dispense some justice.
Excuse me. I believe that's vigilant justice to us.
Sorry. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so this looks similar to the previous building, but it's nicer, bigger, and you can see some guys hanging around. They are unarmored, but they are carrying blades. They don't pay much attention to you guys. They don't see any reason why you would want to mess with them. But they are watching you.
Okay.
You see about half a dozen guys, which probably would matter more if you didn't go
Come with
around
an army.
your 17 guys.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the lead guy there, and I'm going to be like, point at my eyes, point at his eyes, and then.
I'm
Just
assuming that my 17 guys were going to kind of around the building type of thing, so that they're not going out the back windows and such, and that we're probably going to be more on the raiding force. We can take some of them with us, but
Can we get a SWAT van?
You do not have a SWAT.
SWAT
wagon.
carriage.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't even have a SWAT wagon.
SWAT skateboard. Okay, we're when do we have like a signal or something that we can use when the building is surrounded so that we can get into? So we'll get into place. Have your personnel at key exits, and then we can push the rats out the back, and then basically use your guys as like a net to corral or hem anybody up.
And you said that the 12 guys are looking at us, right?
Well, I said it was 6 guys.
6 guys.
They
Yeah,
are.
don't give him any ideas.
They are just kind of idly looking at you,
Okay.
but they're not paying so close attention. For example, they don't seem to have noticed Brandon's guys moving around the back of the building.
Okay.
Not yet.
I'm going to point at one of the ones that's looking at me and all, and I just smile at him, and I point at my eyes, and I point at his, and I point back at mine, and I nod and I give him 2 thumbs up.
Oh God.
Okay.
Who forgot to release the gnome? All right, so Brandon, how are we doing this? We just gonna storm the place?
Well, once we start things are probably going to get loud, so we could probably just have them in the back when they're set up in the back. Give us, set off a signal that we can hear.
It's probably knowing the quality and caliber that we've encountered so far. It's probably going to be, "Hello, we're in the back, we're ready."
No, signal whistle, that kind of thing.
I'm actually going to, like, after I, make that eye contact and all with the guy, I'm going to disengage from the group. I'm going to walk off, and I'm going to fade into the shadows because I want to come in and start sapping people from stealth.
Okay.
You're unconscious. You're unconscious. You're cool. You're unconscious.
And you're unconscious, and you're unconscious. Everybody's unconscious.
Exactly.
So yeah, if you guys want, we can do a signal whistle, or we can do just a time that we're giving them this long to get set up in the back.
And then if somebody starts yelling "cacaw," we need to fire that guy.
I'll say time. That'll give me some time to get set up also. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. And I wave at the guy that was looking at me as I leave.
This is not going to go wrong at all.
All right. So you guys are going to make the first
move. Yes, we're going to surprise them, hopefully. Because I'd like to do a surprise action so that I get to my sneak attack. I think someone's breaking wood.
Cacaw!
Cacaw! Cacaw! Look up here! Up here!
Okay, so somebody roll a d6 for me.
I have a 5.
Low
Okay.
5. Except when a 6, would be better.
So you did not achieve surprise.
Okay.
So now we're rolling initiative.
Okay.
I need someone. Yeah, another d6 roll.
Okay. 5 again.
Okay. That's better for initiative than it is for surprise.
So what do we have to roll for surprise, by the way?
So the way surprise works is you achieve surprise on a 1 or a 2 on d6.
Ah, okay.
Now, in your case, Alice, if you make your move silently check, which you did not, that would give you a +2. So now you can achieve surprise on a 1 through 4.
Cool.
If you make your heightened shadows check, which you did not, that could give you another +2. So if you make both, you can automatically achieve surprise. But you made neither of them, so.
Okay, no problem. I'll just have it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. So you guys are going to go first.
Okay.
So you've got the half dozen guys out here.
Awesome. All right. We charging them to raid, or are we just trying to take them down?
What's the difference?
Didn't you leave us?
Oh yeah, I'm gone.
So if we take people down, do we have people to roll them up?
I'm gonna start
Do we
taking
have
people down.
People with us?
Well, some of my guys, I don't know how many distributed, but we still have Yogi and probably a couple, and so we could use the couple of my guys to be manacling and pass them manacles, and that's their primary job.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so go ahead, Walt. You lead the action.
I love leading the action.
Rangers lead the way, Walt.
Damn straight they do. So let's walk up and reach out like I'm going to shake a hand.
Okay.
And does the guy reach for me?
Yeah.
Shake his hand and then apply a manacle.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
I love an attack roll. And 18.
Okay, you have manacled one of his arms.
Say, excuse. Yeah, I know my cat. Excuse me. I was wondering if you, and just as I grab his hand, I slap the manacle on, lock it in place. Could put your other hand behind you. That would be very helpful. All of you guys need to get on the ground now, or we beat you up.
Okay, they are drawing their daggers.
That is not getting on the ground.
So Brandon, I just have a question. Does this mean all 17 of your guys are named after bears? So we've got Teddy, we've got Baloo,
Smokey.
we've got Smokey, we've got
Definitely.
Ben, we've got okay, cool.
Okay, I
That's
want to hear
fantastic.
17 bear names.
Don't you challenge him with a good time.
Brummel, Fuzz, Nestor, Peter.
For God's sakes, hit somebody with a sap.
Bobo. I can keep going. There are a lot of bears in literature and fictional names.
Okay, so Walt has grappled a guy. Walt, you can inflict damage if you want, but I mean the guy is resisting, but you do not have to.
I want to try and get his other hand into the cuff. So that way I can just pass him back to one of Brandon's.
You can pass him back to Teddy Ruxpin.
Yes, to Teddy Ruxpin. Well, we have Teddy and then we have Ruxpin. Oh my God, they're a team.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm calling it. Teddy and Ruxpin are twins.
Awesome.
Yes, and they're not only the twins, but they're like the special mission team. They're the guys responsible for like throwing guys and locking them up and chaining them to places so that they don't get away, so that we can arrest them later.
I bet Pookie's the one that always feels sorry for them.
Yep. And what's that one guy who's rolling around on a ball, kind of like they do in the circus? He's just standing on top of a ball, rolling around. All right. So can I get this guy's other hand in a cuff?
Because you are a grappling martial artist, yes.
All right. So I grapple him, get him cuffed, and then hand him to either Teddy or Ruxpin. Yell out "cacaw," and then wait for my next action.
Okay. Brandon, what are you doing?
Well, so far I've got Bobo, Boo Boo, Bernstein, Teddy, Kissy Fur Kit, Little John, Zummy, Gummy, Gruffy, Tummy.
Mrs. Bruin, don't forget Mrs. Bruin.
So there are plenty of names to go around. By no means done yet.
On a quick Google, I found over 50.
Oh, I'm quite certain.
I think this game can bear it. All right, so let's.
All right. So I will go ahead and come up with Walt Longsword drawn and such, and I will go ahead and reinforce his command basically of all of you on the ground now. You are under arrest. And as soon as basically I see one of them not working with me, I'm gonna go ahead and whack him. I've got I have Yogi that is up with me, and I don't think he's gonna wait so much. He's gonna just kind of try and pop somebody with a shield to try and help him onto the ground.
Okay. So shield bash is going to be a normal attack, Brandon. But
And a 19.
wow. All right.
This guy knows how to attack, apparently.
So give me a D4 damage.
Okay.
We're going to call this non-lethal unless you want it to be.
No, non-lethal's fine. 4 damage.
All right.
I'd say we need to give this guy a promotion, but then he'd have my job.
Also, you're a noble. You're probably not really big into upward mobility anyway. So that guy is unconscious. Brandon, these guys do not look like they are going to surrender. So
Okay. I'll go ahead and take a swipe at him with the sword. We'll see
Okay.
if my attacks get any better. Nope. That was almost the 19, and then it rolled to the 9.
And Alice.
Okay.
Gnomes flying from the darkness with a
Yep.
sap.
Exactly. Gnome flying from the darkness with a sap on one of the ones that seems to be making trouble. Whee! Whack. 15 on the die. You said I'm not coming out of the darkness though, so I don't get the +4, right? So
Correct.
I'm gonna hit an AC 4.
That's a hit.
Awesome.
Damn, that's grisly.
I only rolled a 1, so that's 4 damage on the sap.
Okay. Well, that's enough. He is unconscious. So
Awesome.
that's
And then I look at the others and say, "You're under arrest. No more trouble. Or next one goes to you." Whack, 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 whack.
Very scary.
All 3'4" of me.
so out of the warehouse. You see a very large man. He has sideburns. He has a Bill the Butcher mustache.
Is
That'll
he
make
wearing a
more
leather
sense.
apron?
If you've seen Gangs of New York, he is not. He is, however, carrying a longsword and a shield. And
That's illegal around here.
Unless he's a noble.
Unless he's a noble.
What's he doing?
He took a swing at the noble.
Huh.
What is your armor class, Brandon?
My armor class is, I believe you didn't put me in armor like my plan was, so I think I'm a straight 10.
Yeah, but what about the armor class of all your minions who are protecting you?
My yogi has an AC of 4, and the others have an AC of 7.
Nice.
Yeah, Walt. I'm sorry, Brandon. I didn't put you in armor, not because you don't have it, but because I wasn't sure how free you wanted to be to cast spells. And for example, you did cast spells in the fight in the park. If you want to be wearing armor, you can be wearing armor, is basically what I'm telling you.
By
Obviously,
all
that
means,
means-
especially going on a raid like this, I would be
Okay.
in armor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does he have the
so
bulletproof vest that says writer on it? Or spellcaster?
No, I think that's the last thing he wants. Okay, so he missed you, Brandon, in that case. Since you are not just standing there in robes.
All right, whose hit is it now?
It
Give me
is
some violence.
you guys again.
Okay.
All right, who's going first?
They all missed. So each of you was attacked by a knife wielding thug, except
ruffian.
for Brandon, who was attacked by who you can only guess is Mr. Golightly.
Okay. Well, I whacked the guy that attacked me then. I missed.
Brandon, do you want to hit next? You want to pay this guy back in kind?
So Yogi is going to go engage this this new threat that's coming out.
Not the boss. We need to get paid.
He's got a 15 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Retainers messing up the GM since 1974.
And that's 6 damage on the die. And I will go ahead and see if I can lay waste to another one of these guys that is not surrendering currently. And my dice rolls continue. That's my second 9 in a row. I'm lucky that I've got Yogi.
I rolled one below you. And I think that makes us mean that we both hit the same, well, sort of, but because I'm a modified 9.
Okay, well, excuse me.
I am going to try a single leg takedown on the dude with the sword, sliding under a swipe and going for a leg. Don't mind the animal. A 2. I eat concrete.
The cat's just pointing at the die with the tail.
So in my regular game, the folks I game with have a cat, and her absolute favorite resting spot, only when we're gaming, is on her mom's character sheet.
Right, so she can't see
right
anything.
on the character sheet. Yeah. Okay. So. All right. Golightly is attacking. He's going to attack your chief lieutenant there, Brandon, who whacked him.
Okay.
Yogi, no!
AC 4. Oh, I got all 17 names now.
Awesome.
Okay, excellent.
At the end of the show, you should rapid fire those things.
First attack is a critical for 10 points of damage.
Oh, he drops to the ground. I don't know if he's dead or not, if we have negative hit points or not.
You do have negative hit points. He is dying.
Okay.
Yogi, no! Something tells me this will be fuel or fodder for another episode.
Okay. And, oh wait, I'm sorry.
Boo Boo needs to bring the picnic basket and heal him.
Alice?
I point at the next guy and I'm like, you just got a promotion. No.
Alice was cut for 1 point of damage?
Ooh, ouch. Okay.
Be
Just the
glad
first
that
one?
Yogi soaked a critical.
Yep.
Hopefully she had her tetanus shot, because I can't picture these guys being very hygienic.
I'm now at 5.
Brandon was also cut for 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
It is your guy's action again.
I'm going to try and get around my cat and go for another. Look at that look.
Oh
Indignant.
my gosh.
He's such a dick.
Oh my gosh.
A 19.
Woohoo.
Okay, and you're going after Golightly? Yes?
Yes, I'm going to try and dump his ass into the street.
All right.
So,
Well, okay. So remember the way grappling works. Well, you've now got a hold of him. You're going to inflict a D4 damage.
hold on.
Okay.
Shall inflict the damage. Hold on. Damn cat. Dude, you're not making this easy. 2. Nope, that's my die.
Okay. So, well, now that you have him grappled, there's a couple things that happen. He can't move away from you. He can't use his longsword, which is huge. Hugely good for you guys. And on a subsequent attack, if he is not broken free of the grapple, you can either disarm him or put him on the ground.
Nice.
So it takes 2 successful attack rolls to put somebody on the ground.
No problem. And then,
Obviously, if you were a higher level, you could attempt to do that in a single round, but you haven't got that down yet.
that's not a problem. I say, such sideburns. Are you single? As I'm hugging him and, trying to wrest the sword out of his grip. Who's next?
I'm gonna run over and slap a poultice onto Yogi here.
Okay.
So is that
so
going to be a
that
D6?
Correct. And that will also stabilize him so he will not lose any further hit points.
That is 6.
Okay. Alice.
Okay. I am going to attack the one that attacked me. I'm going to actually I'm going to now look at him, and I'm a fighter, so I can swap weapons on the same action, right?
Correct.
Okay, great. No more Mrs. Nice Gnome. I'm going to...
Did you just say gnome more?
No more, yes.
I think she said no.
No,
but
I said no
believe
more.
it. Okay.
Brandon and I do that a lot. Gnome, blah, blah, blah. So...
Don't you even gnome her?
Exactly. Don't you even know me?
I thought about
Think
not
about that.
delivering that, Walt, because you were drinking, but I said no. Gnome, it's worth it.
The coffee, it burns up the nose. Dear Lord.
So I'm going to put my staff away. I'm going to take my short sword out, and I'm going to wipe it over the cut that he did on me, and I'm going to stab him with it then.
Wow. All right. That's very unhygienic, but go ahead.
I failed.
Gnomes have poison blood, after all.
I failed.
All right.
No, I did.
I'm
Okay.
missing.
So
My dice rolls keep going down. This is bad. Soon I'll roll a 1.
I thought you were good at attack rolls. I thought you just sucked at rolling.
Yeah, in theory. I'm just rolling bad right now.
In theory. Okay.
Yeah, I'm rolling like 6, 7, and 8s right now. It's the
Okay.
cat.
Walt,
Yes.
Go Lightly was able to get out of your grapple, but that is all he gets to do this round.
Excellent. On behalf of
Probably
Yogi.
preferred that, to him dealing 10 damage with a longsword.
Yeah, that would suck. On behalf of Yogi, I am going to punch him in the face.
Okay.
Let's see. So, can I do a pressure point attack at this level? No, because I'm not a striking martial artist. And then I have to grapple first before I can do a power throw on the next action. Is that how that works?
No, you do not.
Power throw is just on the straight up because it expends the key for the scene for the day. So in exchange, you just do it all at once.
Yeah, something tells me this dude's going to hit the street with a level of force he's most uncomfortable with.
Just
Yeah,
realize
so-
that you
Defend the block.
just
What's
realize
that?
you get the defend.
If you're
the
going to
blocks
hit the
when-
streets, you have to defend the block.
Just realize you only have that one key for the day.
Yeah, but he's got sideburns.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to throw somebody through the street, it's going to be the dude with the sideburns.
Yeah, so
All right.
make an attack, Walt.
Let's see. A 5.
Do not see the die, but I don't
Okay.
care. I think the cat swallowed it.
Oh, there it is. Don't give him any ideas.
Brandon? Oh, wait. Brandon already went.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will by all means take an extra action if you'd like, but
By the way, as I've been attacking these people, I am trying to maneuver towards my party, trying to regroup slowly as we,
Okay.
move and attack and such,
Okay.
maneuvering the battle.
Brandon, you hear the sounds of some combat from the rear. Apparently, your guys are fighting more thugs.
okay.
Okay, the ruffians miss. Sorry, I'm using a dice rolling program, so you guys don't be disconcerted that you can't hear me rolling dice.
We're not scared.
No worries.
I
I'm not
figure
just-
you're just shaking your head and then seeing what comes up.
Oh my gosh, we need him on camera for that. So bad.
All right. So we get missed. It's up to us again.
Correct.
Brandon, do you want to hit? Throw
Sure.
a poultice at this guy.
After having gotten one of my poultices used on Yogi, I am going to go ahead and engage the. I'm gonna go ahead and back away and short bow him since I get 2 shots with that.
Okay.
Nope, that didn't work.
I have a 12 and an 11 on dice, so that is an AC 8 and an AC 9. Rolling 2 dice does not help my accuracy.
Yeah, those are both misses.
Does Yogi get to swat him?
No, Yogi is still down.
Oh, okay. He's at 4 positive hit points. According-
The poultice
yeah, but
that was
he's-
spent on him.
Yeah. Because he went negative, he's not going to be able to take an action for the rest of this fight.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's alive at least.
Exactly.
On my action, I rolled a nat 20 on my die. I tried to show you on camera, but
Yes.
the thing didn't work so well.
Okay.
The guy got me
Um,
angry.
So the thug, right?
The thug, yep.
Okay. So you do 6 points of damage to him. He is on the ground.
Excuse
and
me,
he's
I get plus
bleeding
3
out.
strength on that.
Right. So 9.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm a strong little gnome.
Yeah.
There
you
go.
He looks really poorly.
Use it to
So-
intimidate the others. Who's next? Who's next? Really want to get me angry? You won't like me when I'm angry.
Oh no.
Do you say something like, "And when are you angry?" I'm angry.
Do you even know me?
All right. So Sideburns is still up, but he's looking like one more blow might do it.
No one said that.
Oh, who did Alice hit? She hit one of
I hit
the
a thug.
thugs.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
She
All
took
right.
him. Yeah. She
Don't
took
worry,
him all
I'm
the
gonna
way
come
down.
help you guys with sideburns and sword guy next.
All right. Going to. Oh, I'm sorry, Brandon. Did you want to go first?
I went. I
Yeah.
took 2 shots and they were misses.
Before
Damn
Walt
it.
goes, quick thing. After I drop the guy and I'm intimidating the others, pointing back and forth, I am backing up towards my party further and taking a full move towards them because I want to be able to engage the guys they're engaging with.
Okay.
Going to use my jite and make sure that it's in play so I don't get sorted when I'm trying to grapple this guy.
Okay.
And then try and go for another grappling attack.
Okay. So, Walt using a jeté gives you a +1 attack bonus when
Right.
in conjunction with a grapple.
I got
Go for that.
a 12, so that's a 13.
Okay. What do you need to hit? Hang on.
What armor class?
He has AC 4.
AC 4. I need a 15. Poop.
Okay. So that's a miss.
Deflects me with that damn sword. I'm gonna make him eat that thing. Who's up?
Well, it's his turn. You guys have all gone.
He thinks he's so cool with those sideburns.
He really does.
So does your cat.
Yeah. He thinks he's so cool because he can actually talk like a human.
Okay, so he attacked you twice, Walt, and he missed both times.
That's because I have my long metal stick. How many guys are left?
Just him. Again, you hear some fighting around the back, but
Gotcha. Brandon, you want to try and take this guy out?
Sure. 19.
Ooh.
well, that's going to be a hit.
6 points.
And I would have been a major villain too if I didn't take that arrow in the knee.
There you go, Alice. You finally got one.
Yay!
Yep, there's your Skyrim thing. We were working for you. Where the hell is my D4? Fucking cat.
Oh no, cat with a D4 does not sound safe. I'm sorry, it just doesn't sound safe.
Balder, go take care of my light work. All right, so
Okay, so Golightly says, do you guys want to talk? I have money.
And we have manacles.
Yeah,
We can-
see, no manacles.
we can talk, but we don't feel comfortable with you doing the talking and the swording at the same time. You need to de-sword yourself, and then we talk to you.
And, Ataro has all the money we need. Ataro buys me lunch all the time.
This is gonna go weird.
Okay, well, then go ahead and go again, guys, because he's preparing to attack again. If you're not going to let him pay his way out, so
Okay.
you guys go ahead and take your actions.
So who do I have access to attacking at this point?
There's just him left, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can now.
do I come up and surprise him because he doesn't know that I was on the other side? Do I get to try
You
to surprise him?
cannot surprise him. However, if you attack him from behind, which why would you
Hey.
not? You can get a +4 bonus to hit.
Awesome, and I even got my 16% on my any stealth check. But okay, then I will do so and roll my d20, and that's a 10, so that's a 15, so that's an AC 5.
That is a miss. Oh no,
I'm
wait,
surprised.
no, it's not.
Oh,
You're
wow,
behind him.
okay.
So he doesn't
And-
get his shield.
Okay, roll my d6 damage because I'm using a sword against a normal. I rolled 8 damage total.
Dear God. Right through the other knee.
Yeah,
I'm a
she's
strong gnome, I
really-
am. I'm an 1808.
Oh,
Okay, so he is on the ground and he is bleeding out.
Okay. I will bandage him, cauterize the wound, but not wake him yet.
Okay.
do we want to assist people around the back, or do we want to move through the warehouse, clear as we move, and keep driving any more thugs back toward the cordon in the back?
I think that
I know, dude. Damn it, Balder. He's very upset.
Aww.
hi, Balder, my spirit animal.
Come here. Hey, what's this? Right there. Oh, there you are. Ears? Ears?
Oh my gosh, so cute.
No, yeah. Keep complaining. Goof.
How long would it take us to get around back?
1 round tops.
Okay. I'm gonna start making my way around the back again at that point.
Do you guys
Okay.
want to go, run to the back, and I'll run through the warehouse just to make sure that nothing else is being missed?
Okay.
Sure.
See you there.
Let's do it.
My 2 guys that are with us are going to stay here, basically with our prisoners, and make certain that Yogi is doing okay.
And if I come across any unconscious, bleeding out bad guys, I am going to stop to try and, bandage the wound up before moving on,
Okay.
just to stop the bleeding.
Okay.
If you give them a nice sword
Tourniquet.
right through the heart,
That'll
it
stop.
stops the bleeding pretty quick.
Or, I could light up my torch, heat up my blade, and cauterize the wound that way.
God, this is also grisly.
Yeah. Okay, so when you guys get to the back, Brandon, your guys were getting the better of it with the thugs because these thugs have daggers and no armor, and that is not true of your retainers.
Awesome.
And when you guys show up too, the few of them that are still able to fight throw their weapons on the ground.
I barely broke a sweat.
And there we have it. All right, so let's
Chuck didn't say we should switch to lizard puns, so I didn't.
let's roll these guys up. If we don't have enough manacles for everybody, we can always use like cord or rope because there's always plenty of that around the warehouse. And let's see what they have inside here.
Yeah, I want to see what they have. I mean, I am the thief going around and picking the locks and looking inside the crates and stuff like that.
Okay, so he has several bales of wool. It looks like it would be pretty valuable. You don't really know a lot about who would be the best person to sell it to, but
Is it worked wool already, so that's fabric, or is it just
yeah, it is. It is
Okay.
ready to weave, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know a
think
lot
I'd look
about
good
wool.
in this.
Is that all that we're finding, pretty much?
Well, there's also Golightly has 20 gold in cash.
Is there an office in this warehouse?
Yeah,
Well,
Is
since
that
they
where
were-
we find the gold?
yeah.
Since they were talking about this being his primary warehouse, I want to go and look through paperwork. Books.
He
ledgers.
doesn't. He doesn't seem to have any of that.
Wow, he's not one of the dumb ones. Got it. Cool. I'm gonna look for secret compartments that he may, secret hatches in the floor or the walls that he may have stored stuff.
All right. You find a secret compartment, and it has. It's like a piece of the floor that you can pry up.
Okay.
And there is a lockbox in there.
Ooh, I will pick the lock. I have 40% open locks.
Check for traps.
Oh yeah, that's true. Thank you. It's been a while since I've done traps. Find traps first. I'm
Okay,
a 14
hold
on the
on.
find traps.
I roll that.
Oh, okay, sure.
What is your? Oh, you. Okay,
I'll just use the
I'll
14
let
on the
you-
open locks if that's okay then.
that sounds good.
Okay.
I was going to say that too. Okay. You are positive that it is not trapped.
Okay. Not trapped. I'm going to start picking the lock.
Okay.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, and click.
And you rolled what
14.
again? 14?
I have a 40%
Okay.
chance, so yep.
All right. So I talked to the irony judges, and it turns out that it's really not trapped.
Okay.
So you open it up, and there is another 20 gold inside.
Ooh.
He was holding out on us.
Now the important question is, are either sets of the 20 gold pieces the strange gold that is from outside the city that I pickpocketed at the beginning of this?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
Ooh. So somebody's been paying into this guy's coffers.
So this.
Let's go wake him up.
So, Ataro, you're educated with stuff. Where does this coin come from?
With stuff.
Yeah, you read a lot of books. I didn't so much. So, where would coins like this come from?
Do I have any idea looking at the coin? I think that I looked at it earlier. Oh, no, maybe you kept it to yourself, I think.
I gave you the note, but I kept the coin. I said I found, but yeah. So I'm going to ask about it now.
Do I have any idea looking at it?
Brandon, what's your intelligence?
I have a 16 intelligence.
Wow. All right.
He's smart. SMRT smart.
So you actually recognize it as. Hold on. It is money from the capital city, which is hundreds of miles away from here.
Okay.
You've seen it before. You know that the only people likely to have it would be your fellow nobles.
So I think that he's being bankrolled by someone in the nobility, or maybe somebody that's doing long trade routes, which would be the nobility.
Export business.
Yeah. The coins they're minted from the capital city.
Okay.
They have a different minting process than we do here. Therefore, they have different stamps on them.
But it's as good as the gold here, right? If we use it.
I look at it and I'm like, its quality should hold. It is still coin of the realm.
So, somebody bankrolling this guy to mess up buildings and people using animals. Sound like anybody we know?
Not that I know, but I think maybe in Ataro's circle. I mean, Ataro knows, those
Stuff.
upstanding
Yeah, we heard.
people. I put in air quotes. I
Let's,
just know low lives, and I put in air quotes.
That's because you're short. Okay, we're gonna go wake up this guy and let's see what he has to say. Let's go. Let's go manhandle and wake up Lamb Chop Sideburns.
Mr. Golightly.
Well, unless you put a poultice on him, he's going to be unconscious for a day.
Standing over him, thinking to myself, or saying out loud, "This is very inconvenient. Very hard to question people this way."
I agree. Well, I should put a poultice on myself, because, yeah. I'm going to actually rub a poultice on myself.
Brandon, your henchman is back up, by the way.
Awesome.
So D6 for poultice, right? Poultice?
Correct. Yes.
All right, so now
Your henchman has 4 hit points currently, Brandon.
Yes, that was my count.
All right, so do we want to roll these guys up for all this mayhem and bring them to some place where they can be arrested and put in cells? I don't think we should put Golightly in a cell, just with like a general cell, just because if this is somebody outside the city bankrolling him, and they see on like the internet or something like that he's been arrested. Totally joking, internet.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean,
also, like, we should find out where his powerful friends come from, whether it's outside of the city or inside the city. Because the money might be from outside the city, but the people could be inside the city. I mean, it could be Taro's friends up, in the noble quarters. So we should make sure that we find out first before word spreads through town. You're not going to go tell on us, right, Ataro? You won't go telling your friends what we did?
I don't have friends.
That's a lie. I'm your friend.
This is going to get weird. We should bag up all that money, making sure that it's logged into evidence, and somebody should be assigned to watch the gnome to make sure that it's bagged up and logged to evidence, and then we can start.
Excuse me. I found that box fair and square. That's not evidence. That part you can have as evidence. I point at the hidden compartment gold.
This is why we get into the arguments all the time. You with the sticky fingers, when we tell you to put it back, you put it in your pocket, you say that is back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So can we send a runner to like the main precinct to go get Grizzled Sergeant Fox?
Sure.
I would just like to point out I have proven myself to be a very moral thief, because earlier when I was pickpocketing, I did not pickpocket people who were poor. I just was trying to look for evidence.
So looking to Ataro, do we want to include Golightly in our hall, or do we want to put him in a safe house somewhere to make sure that he wakes up and then question him?
Do we on our boat? Do we have since we all retreat to the boat at night? Do we leave guardhouses unattended that we have prisoners in, or do we put them on our boat?
So anyone that's going to be held for any length of time, they are transferred at the end of the night to the Roundhouse, which is the city prison. Anyone else is let go.
So I have
at
a
night
question.
because
Now
you
that
are in fact evacuating. Sorry.
now that we're interacting with Go Lightly, do any of us recognize him, who he is?
No, you've
Okay.
never seen him before.
None of us have any interaction. Okay.
No.
I think that maybe we can, if we're trying to keep him without word spreading, perhaps we can get him to the boat. But all of these, and I point to the men, they will trade his name as for a copper or any sort of leniency. Is my worry.
So maybe instead of taking these guys and rolling them to the station house and grabbing Sergeant Fox, we lock this place up,
And bring
corral
Sergeant
everybody
Fox
in here. I'm sorry?
And bring Sergeant Fox here?
No, corral these guys up, lock the place down tonight, and wait till this guy wake up, and then we question him.
Okay. We should do it in the office. Lock them all in the office. Easier.
What does
to
Ataro
keep
think of
watch.
that?
That you want to spend the night here?
Yeah.
We'll lock ourselves inside the building. Nobody will know that the Vigilant are not on the boat. We'll keep quiet.
Have people done that before, Chuck? Do we know?
I mean,
Because it's only like if the Vigilant are really sticking their noses into people's business that they're targeted at night, right?
correct. What you guys were specifically told is that the Star Society doesn't want you on the streets at night.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we wouldn't be on the
So-
streets at night.
Sounds fine to me.
All right, so let's get a whole bunch of rope. Let's lash these guys up. We can fix our wounded here, pull all signs of conflict off the streets, make sure the weapons are corralled and away from these guys. Do a thorough search of them so that if they have alternate weapons or they got like a little boot knife stuck into their sock or someplace uncomfortable,
Yeah. Search
That
them
they're not-
very well.
so that they're not going to cut themselves free and get away and cause more problems. And then we'll lock the place up for the night and then plant some guards on the roof or something like that. Do some of these guys that are working for you, Brandon, do they know how to use bows?
Yeah, they're 0-level fighters.
So we could conceivably give them our bow, a couple of guys our bows, so that they could cover the street if they had to.
So they won't be able to see very well at night.
Also, Chuck, I'm going to implement the Gnomish finger tricks, which is I'm going to rope up a bunch of their fingers to basically make it so that if any of them do pick locks, they have, they're going to be unable to maneuver their fingers and whatnot, or like try and pick up something with their fingers to try and cut themselves free. So I'm going to loop each finger. I learned this back in 2nd ed 20 years ago, called the Gnomish finger trick.
Okay.
All right, and we wait out the night, hopefully getting Go Lightly to wake up at some point.
Or I can grab sacks and, extra big mittens for their hands.
How else we get it? You have plenty of ways to torture people.
All right, night uneventful. Anything going
Night
on?
is uneventful.
Okay.
He, however, does not wake up.
Crap.
Even with medical care?
Okay, I'm sorry. I missed. Did you guys?
We gave
Did
him a
anyone
poultice.
put a poultice on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We
that's
spent
different.
one of our precious poultices.
Got it. Okay. Well, in that case, he does come to
Okay.
sometime the next day.
Who's going to question him?
Excuse me, Mr. Golightly. I hear
This
you're
can't
hiring.
go well.
I hear you're hiring.
He says, well, not you. If you wanted to work for me,
Oh,
you should have
that's
taken my offer before.
well. Well, it was really generous of you to pay me 40 gold if I'm not actually getting a job after all. But thanks, I appreciate the 40 gold. Corvin, you want to talk to him? He doesn't want to hire me.
Chuck, I want to, before there's a lot of attention on this guy, before we start questioning and all, I want to go ahead and drop a charm on him where I will not be noticed doing it.
Okay. Well, you guys are still in the warehouse, so the
Yep.
only people that would even be eligible to see you would be his thugs.
And
Yep.
us, yep.
Yep.
But he doesn't want his thugs to see.
Or them.
Or us. Okay. Ataro, Corvin. Well, Ataro, you have a lot of friends. Maybe you should try. But Corvin, I know that you're good at wrestling, and maybe Mr. Golightly likes wrestling. But Mr. Golightly doesn't want to hire me, so I don't think we're going to talk very well. But apparently, I'm very welcome to keep the 40 gold.
Is he on the floor? Do we have him lashed to the floor or lashed to a chair?
Oh, I thought we
how
actually.
how have you lashed him? You and the gnome.
The picture I had was, on the second story, the banisters and all, and just hanging him off the far side of the
God.
banisters, roped up very
Really
tight.
not going to want to talk to us then. All right, so do we have him on the floor? I don't want to hang him from the ceiling.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Hang him tied to the floor, tied to the ceiling. I mean, not to the ceiling.
Tied to the floor or
Damn
a
it.
chair. We probably would actually tie him to some of the crates, some of the smaller crates and such.
All right.
Yeah, if you guys are going to hang him like a side of beef, I don't think the bandage is going to help him very much.
I
Right.
know. I was
Right.
joking.
So, get in front of the guy and say, okay, very important. Okay, let me go into explicit detail, and then I, look around, see that everybody, is already kind of haggard and want to get the hell out of there. So then I say, okay, maybe I sum up. So we go to the building. There's a bear. We go to the alley. There's a lizard. We go to the place where we think the lizard come from. The lizard come out. He tried to bite us. Everything leads back to you. So we need to know, what is this all about? Who is paying you to do this? If you answer, and we don't have to do, gnomish mischief, everything go good for you, we protect you. If we have to unleash the gnome, things are going to get very weird very fast. You want to talk to us? You not want to talk to us?
He looks borderline ready to spit in your face, and then his demeanor completely changes. He seems to think you guys are his friends.
Huh.
Oh.
And he needs you to keep his name out of it, he says, because
Absolutely.
otherwise he might get killed. But if you keep his name out of it, he's happy to tell you who hired him.
The vigilant are all about anonymity. You spilled the knowledge that we need. It go good for you, I promise.
I whispered to Ataro, wait, where did I sign anonymity on that line?
I glare at Norma.
What does he say?
I'm sorry, was that at Gnome-nimity? Was that?
Yes, we got Chuck to do it. It seems that gnome jokes are
Interrupted,
okay,
Chuck.
bear jokes are not. Got it. All right, let's do it.
So he was hired by a gentleman named Sir Aldous, who lives in the Spring Quarter.
See, I told you he was going to be in the city.
And Golightly says, look, the guy, he owns the building, but, I mean, you saw the place. It's a complete shithole. And so he wants all the tenants out. He thinks he can fix it up and, I don't know, turn it into a restaurant or something.
So he's a slumlord, and he's trying to drive people out of all the places that out of all his property, so he can gentrify it.
Yep, pretty much.
Gentrify's a big word, you know.
3 whole syllables, yeah.
All right, so turn to
Do I know anything about Aldous?
You've heard the name. He's a member of several clubs with your father.
How does your father feel about you doing this work?
That's a question for another session.
You're aware of him. You know that he's your dad kind of looks down on him because this guy actually is a landlord, which your dad considers to be beneath someone of his station.
Mm-hmm.
But
the more that you need to worry about money, the less nobility that you are.
Basically, yeah. So that's really all you know about him.
All
is
right.
that he's definitely well off enough to be a noble, but
he's the noble that other nobles look down to.
Correct.
Okay. Well, Walt does need to head off in a few minutes, so is this a good time for us to close up, Chuck? Is this a good place?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'd say so.
Well, I had
Awesome.
a lot of fun. Let's do
Absolutely.
Let's do a quick reactions segment. So, Brandon, what about you?
I'm a retard because I never once would use my inspiration. I always thought about, and it was not my round. I should use that and give you guys like +1 to hit. I don't think it would have ever actually made anything. I never heard us roll close and not hit rather than not. From this and from, when Alice and I did our character creation segment, I like some of the classes that Chuck, you've got in here. I thought they were pretty cool additions, things that bring a nice flavor and nice other abilities into the game. So that I was a fan of.
Okay.
I had fun with the session and would quite willingly play some more.
Nice.
And
Can we convince you to come out a little later in the Kickstarter and do another session?
Yeah, continue
Yes.
this.
Yeah, I'm okay
Awesome.
with that.
Walt, what about you? What's your reaction?
I like the setting. I really do. The very corrupt nature of it. The fact that there's a lot of morally gray and the character that I'm using right now has an outlook that law should prevail no matter what, and to have that in the middle of a city where everything is so you didn't see it, so it doesn't matter. It is a very interesting juxtaposition of how the nobility, who are very, very corrupt themselves, are trying to keep order over a space that they took over through malice and subterfuge. So I mean, it's really neat to have that contradiction. I really like the grittiness of it. I think at low levels, playing Osric in a setting like this gives you that sense of danger, because with only 7 hit points, it's a very good possibility you're not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I mean, I think that's fantastic. I also think it's fantastic that Ataro is working for the very organizations that would see him silenced or neutered to an effect, and has to hide the very things that make him so effective. I think it's hysterical as all hell that the gnome can bench press a Buick. So there's a lot here that is like ripe for exploring. I definitely think that we should go for another session at some point.
I'm definitely game for another session. I think that I think that the setting's interesting to explore, but more so for me, I think that the classes you've added into Solstice and the exploration I've done are more interesting, and I want to see more of that. I'm obviously not playing. I'm the only person playing one of the core classes for Osric, but I'm actually really interested in seeing more. And so if you'll come back, thank you all for watching Babies with Knives, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hopefully Chuck will come play with us again. Hopefully he can bear our presence.
Speaking of bears, we have Fozzie, Paddington, Smokey, Bobo, Boo Boo, Bernstein, Teddy, Kissy Fur, Kit, Little John, Zummy, Gruffy, Augustus, Gummy, Baloo, Winnie, and Brer.
You did not do Mrs. Bruin.
Does he get like extra XP for that?
I think it's Demeritus actually that I'm getting Chuck's book.
Well, bye every bear lover and BWK follower.
Cheers.